A couple of years ago, I made a video about why I was getting rid of my Panasonic G85. And the main reason for that was its continuous autofocus in video just wasn't good enough for the types of videos that I was making at the time, which were mostly vlogs. A couple of years later, and I've picked up the G95 and I've come back to Lumix Micro Four Thirds cameras. There's two main reasons for that. The first one is that I started using Panasonic cameras at work. I'm a multimedia journalist. I make a lot of video for online and TV as well. And they purchased a GH5 and ironically a G85. So I started to use those cameras on a daily basis and I developed a new appreciation for just how good they are, working exclusively from behind the camera rather than in front of it really, and using manual focus rather than autofocus in video. And the other reason is that I've basically stopped vlogging, and I might make a video about why that is. I am still vlogging, but I'm not posting them as public videos on YouTube. But regardless, I don't need that really responsive continuous autofocus in video anymore, because I'm not pointing the camera in front of me and then suddenly flipping it around and filming myself anymore. So that issue I had with the G85 just isn't a factor anymore. So taking a close-up look at the G95, and there really isn't much that's changed from a design point compared to the G85, which isn't a bad thing at all in my opinion. We do have three new buttons here for white balance, ISO and exposure compensation on the top, which is a great touch to be able to make those adjustments on the fly. I really like that. We also moved the mic jack higher up here, so it doesn't interfere with the flippy screen, which is really great to see. And they've added a headphone jack as well, which I just couldn't do without on any camera now. I just need to monitor my audio as I'm recording, so it's an absolute must for me, and I'm very pleased to see that they've added that to the G95. And there's a new dial here on the back, which I also prefer to the four-way pad that they had before. It just feels better. So one of the main criticisms of this camera when it came out was the crop that it applies when you're shooting in 4K. But I think that is a criticism that's massively overstated. I think people are nitpicking. It's really not that bad. And there's almost always something you can do to get around it. You know, step back, use a wider lens, get creative. It's really not a problem for me because I shoot mostly in 1080p. For me, I just don't see the crop in 4K as being nearly anywhere near as big a deal as what people are making it out to be. You've got unlimited video recording, which is really useful. You've got some improved slow motion now, up to 120 frames a second in 1080p if you're in an NTSC country, or 100 frames a second if you're in a PAL country like me, so much better slow motion than what the G85 had. We've now got Vlog L included with this camera. It's just the light version of Vlog. I mean, this is after all an 8-bit camera, which is absolutely fine for me. But if you want a 10-bit, then you've got to step up to a GH5 or a G9, but I'm very happy with 8-bit. We've got other features like the L Monochrome D picture profile, which I just think is hands down the best black and white picture profile included in any camera. You can even change the gain and make it look like Tri-X, which is really cool. And the new 20 megapixel sensor upgrade, I didn't have a problem with the 16 megapixel sensor at all, but it's nice to have those extra 4 megapixels for some added ability to crop in your photos. It's just all round great. So in my opinion, the G95 really is the best value camera out on the market today. I really think that for the price you're paying and the features that you're getting, you just can't beat this. It's an absolute killer beast of a camera. What do you think? Do you agree? Do you disagree? Let me know in the comments. I'm thinking of making a little mini video series on some of the different features of this camera. Is that something you'd like to see? Let me know. But otherwise, that's it from now. From beautiful Emu Point in Albany, Western Australia. Thanks very much for watching, and I'll see you in the next one.